Hey everyone, Lensmanos here and welcome to another episode of Modular Mayhem Reloaded. So this episode I want to start getting into a little bit of thermal expansion, and my microphone for some reason is in the wrong spot. A little bit of thermal expansion. So for that I'm just going to start off basic, like very basic. I am going to build up to a bit of a combination eventually after talking to both Triax and Iskandar. Kind of want to come up with a combination of magnetic craft and some thermal expansion and a few other bits and pieces joined together, but I just don't have the materials yet for the magnetic craft. So end of last episode I said we wanted to put some regen on this thing, and for that I wanted to get some ore processing going in the form of, I think it was just a basic pulverizer and furnace, and I think there was something else I needed, but probably have to go back and go through what I was actually doing in that last episode, because it's been a few days and actually one heck of a busy week. So let's get started. First thing I did is I went and found some spruce saplings for that. So for those of you who know what I'm about to do, you'll know why I need the spruce saplings. So I want to make a bunch of arboreal extractors. So these things are going to require iron gears, redstone servos, some copper, some device frames. So we need some tin and some copper and some iron and a few other bits and pieces. And I've planted 3 spruce trees. So let's grab, put them away for the moment. Tin, iron, bit of copper. Probably going to need maybe a little bit more glass. There's some glass. What else? Possibly some of that and some of that. Might be enough. We'll go with that. Alright. So I want to make at least probably 4 of these. So let's see, I'm going to need some planks. So I'm going to need some more wood. So let's start with making 4 copper gears, and yep, okay, so copper gears will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do I have just enough glass to do this? Probably. No, it's not that, it's tin, isn't it? And yep, as I always seem to do, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. What do we need next? We're going to need some iron gears, I believe. 8 of them. We need to make the servos, so I need, no, it was the other way, wasn't it? Whoops. 4 of them. That cow's annoying. See, told ya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dump this stuff in here just for now. You can go in there too. It's probably almost night time as well. No, my luck. Out the door. Yeah, getting there. Alright, so these will go around the tree here. Now you can see they've lit up, and they will be getting, I kind of want to put one more at the back there, but for now that's not where I wanted it. Alright. These things are collecting resin. So resin is used, let's see here. Resin is used in a fractionating still to make tree oil and rosin. Rosin can be burned for power, but we can also, I believe, use tree oil in a compression dynamo to make power. So the other thing we can use in compression dynamos is oil, I believe, as well. Crude oil. So let's see. I think this is, just go with this. Tree oil, I think that's sap. What's sap used for again? Not much. Apparently a chemical thrower. So yeah, resin we will be able to use to make tree oil and burnable rosin. So we could burn this in a steam dynamo maybe. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to muck around with this a bit, just jump in here. So the sapling is the best. Just 1 second. The sapling, I did have a web page open before and for some reason it's closed. Just give me 1 second. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, oh, goodness me, there's another pop-up there. So a couple of the other things I'm going to need for this system, and it is only a basic starting system to get this going. One, we need the arboreal extractors. Two, we're going to need both a steam dynamo and the compression dynamo, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so we're going to need to make a steam dynamo. So we're going to need a copper gear, we're going to need some silver as well. So let's actually grab, that's silver. And I know my other stuff's in this chest here, but we'll just leave it with this for the moment. So let's make a steam dynamo. Oh, that's right, this thing doesn't let me shift click in. Copper gear. One of them. Iron, copper, redstone, gear, okay. Redstone. I literally just looked at it too. I mean, come on. Brain, turn on. Steam dynamo. And as you saw before, with the resin, it can turn, resin can turn into rosin, which is burnable. Burn time 800 ticks, so we can burn that in this steam dynamo. The byproduct of tree oil can be used in a compression dynamo to generate 1 million RF per bucket of tree oil. So we're also going to need the compression dynamo, wherever that's hiding. So compression dynamo is tin gear. Okay, so let's make another one of these coils. So I'm going to need to grab more of that, a bit more of that. So I need a tin gear. That's silver. Stop trying to use the silver. Tin gear. Redstone, tin, iron, so tin, iron, redstone, compression dynamo. We're also going to need some of these. Probably used my glass, didn't I? Yep. So let's just quickly check through here. I'm not sure if I had more glass available. If not, let's just make some. There we go. Get that going. Oh, look, there's some glass there. Stop. It doesn't matter. Not a big issue. Right. So we're going to need lead. Would be kind of helpful. So just glass, lead. Let's just grab 4 of them. Next thing we're going to want is fluid ducts. Fluid duct is here somewhere. There they are. The opaque ones will probably be fine, but we can use don't think this is hot. Don't think the items that we're making the resin or anything's hot. So let's just do some regular ones. If it breaks, it breaks. You know, that's something I can't worry about at the moment. And there's a couple of things I actually want to do. This I'm grabbing a lot because I don't want anything but these to be up here. I want the rest to be under the base. I want to dig down under here and run these pipes all the way under into my the downstairs area down here. I want it to come in somewhere here. So let's just go through this. Just work out where we are. How close did I get? Not too bad. Okay, so I kind of need to... You gotta be very careful when you do this. You cannot... The tree must be on a piece of dirt. If the tree is not on dirt, these things will not work. They must be on dirt. These don't need to be on dirt, but the tree must very much be on dirt. So let's do this. I actually want to go down because I want this to be hidden. Yeah, didn't think so. Always away. So these are going to come down. And then we're going to run it down this way. And we'll tie the other ones in eventually as well. Oops. That's probably not too bad. So we're going to bring this down here, and I wouldn't mind putting a buffer tank in. Wouldn't mind making that elevator either. How many ender pearls do I have now? Actually, I think it's going to revolve around having enough wool. Don't stand on the ender pearls, mate. Not a good idea. Let's look at tank. Basic tank. Should be a thermal expansion one here somewhere. Am I just missing it? Oh, really? Just don't stand on it. So we're going to need redstone servo, copper, and 3 glass. That is a very, very, very silly, very silly horse. Let's see. It's not that, is it? It's the other way, and once again, I've stuffed it up. One of them. Copper. Okay, there's just a basic tank. Yoink. So we're going to have it all come into this tank, and it will have it come out the bottom. I'm going to need to make a hammer probably, or crescent hammer. So once it comes out of here, it's going to go, I'm just going to take all this area out for the moment. It's going to go into a machine called the fractionating still. So let's see if I've got everything I need for the fractionating still. Where are you? You're here somewhere. You know what? Frack. So we're going to need Constantine and nickel, which means Constantine is is nickel and copper. Nickel dust. Do I have some copper dust? That would be quite handy. If I don't, I'm not sure if I can actually make it. I might need to make a pulverizer first before I can get this one done, which is going to be unfortunate. The other thing I also need, let's go back to thermal. Actually, that would be interesting. Can I make Constantine in anything else? Nuclear craft alloy furnace. Yeah, I don't think I've got any of that. Lead. Basic plating. Graphite dust. Just found a loop. Alright. Night time again. Let's look at this. There's a couple of things I need to do. I'm going to need an aqueous accumulator or one of those water things. One of them. So maybe that's probably the easiest way of doing this. Water. One of those infinite waters. Ooh, Future Pack has a water turbine I need to look into. Infinite? Pressure pipes has an infinite water source. Nuclear craft has some interesting ones as well. 2 buckets and some iron, really? That's cheap. Very cheap. Let's go grab a second bucket of water. Actually, you know what? Oop. I don't need this one anymore. We can use this one. And that one. Because let me get rid of some of this stuff. You can go in there for now. I don't need that because I've now got the powered ones over there. So we'll keep using that instead. Right, let's head down here. Basically what's going to happen is we're going to have our fractionating steel here. It's going to output the rosin. Not into that one. Into this one. And it's going to generate power. We're going to feed the power back into that machine there. It's also going to generate the tree oil, or tree oil, which we can push into here. Probably do that through the wall at the back via item conduits or ducts. I guess it would be the case in this. Both of these need water though, so let's supply them with some water via this. Should be able to use the fluid ducts. Maybe on the tank. Is that filling up? Yes, it's filling up. So I'm going to need a servo on here. Let's run on up and get a servo. It's not going to matter. So redstone, glass, iron nuggets and iron. Redstone, glass, iron. Yep, okay, there's a servo. On there. Always active. Getting water. Getting water. Excellent. So we can put power here. And this thing will be able to generate power. We can actually just generate some power. I thought I could do it with sticks, but apparently not. We can burn things here. Oh, there. It says burn time 100. Anyway, that has generated a tiny little bit of power. Oh no, it wouldn't have got up to heat yet, would it? Generating 40 RF tick. I guess it's just filling up the pipe. Yeah, we're generating power. There you go. So we've got some power here. So next thing we need to do is make this Constantine. Will this auto output? That is my next question. So these things here are set. I'm going to set auto output down to underneath. Will that do it? Or will I need to actually put extractors there? Maybe. Gonna need to put extractors, I guess, or servos. So let's make. Oh no, hang on, there it goes. Well, it's working now. Slowly, but it's working. And we're getting a cable in the middle of the floor. We are getting resin down in this tank. It's interesting that it's not flowing as fast. Maybe servos wouldn't hurt. Let's make another one. And just see whether it works faster. So this has a fair bit in it. Well, that's empty. Maybe it's better to put that on. We'll see how we go though. Don't like leaving a hole into my base. And as I said, I will connect those other trees to this eventually, but we're getting our stuff down here. So let's see if we can make some Constantine. So I'm going to need copper dust and nickel dust. I don't know what I've got in the way of pulverizers. Let's see if this... Don't lag on me. Can I use this to do this? Yes. Will it turn into Constantine if I mix it with nickel? Yes. Okay, let me do just another couple of them and I'm going to throw that in there. That process, let me take this copper ore. Okay, we should have enough for our Constantine now. Alrighty. Sorry, just checking my time. Fractionating still. 2 Constantine. Oh, I probably don't have enough Constantine yet. And a nickel gear. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 8. And cook up, please. I had some nickel in here. Nickel. Can't even clear that out. 1 nickel gear. Which I think had to go at the top, didn't it, from memory? 2 glass. I need another machine frame, so I'm going to need another tin gear. Oh, things in the way. Tin gear. Again, I've done that incorrectly. A machine frame. Gonna need a redstone reception coil, which means I'm gonna need gold. Have some gravel while I grab a piece of gold. It's interesting how some of my things here are just kind of lagging out. You there, Constantine. Okay. 1, 2, and the last two things was glass. We go. 1 fractionating still, just basic, and we can do upgrades to these later. Plenty of ways of upgrading this stuff. So let's move this, plonk you there, and I'm going to cancel all this, and I want the item output to be here because it's going to push it into here. So the next thing is getting the stuff into there. So we can either do the servo, or I should be able to make... Did I make a crescent hammer yet? Should be iron and tin. Yep, cool. Crescent hammer. It's night time. Really quickly sleep. Should be able to wrench that to make it output. It's going to output into here. And we're going to say input is on this side. So it's now processing. It's using the power that we threw those first couple of items into here and made just some initial power. This is processing. It's using 20, oh no, it's using 7 RF a tick. Fingers crossed we get rosin, because the rosin can be burnt. And then we do need the fluid ducts from here to the other machine. We got tree oil. I don't think we got rosin. So we're actually out of power in here. So let's just dig this out and go disable that. Okay, so this should be any tree oil should go at the back and into this. So this is now generating 40 RF a tick just from that little bit of oil that it's got, 50 millibuckets. Not sure how long it's going to create power for, but it seems to be working. This must have got some rosin because it is making 40 RF a tick. So we now have, there we go, storing power. There you go, there goes another piece of rosin. So this is now generating, and if we get a battery of some sort up here, so we can do a energy cell. Oh, my typing is terrible. If we make an energy cell, so I'm going to need lead gear, iron, so lead gear. What else was it? That's the energy cell frame. I need a block of redstone from memory. 2 lead and a conductance core, which is electrum. So I'm going to need to make some electrum, lead. So electrum is gold and silver dust. Shouldn't be too hard. I do have some silver on me. Let's just run out here real quick just to wrap up the episode. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting very close to the wrapping up point. Got a feeling, yeah, there was gold dust in here. Let's put a piece of silver. Can I mix that that together and get electrum. Cook away, my friend. And then we'll need that, the electrum. And it gives us an energy cell. We can go down here and place it. Like here. Change it so that input is on the bottom, output is on the right. Like so. I want to put, that'll work. So we can bring power out anywhere we want. So output on the left may be better and come out here, and we'll have our couple of thermal expansion machines here. So let's just do that. Like that. This should be getting power directly from these, so I don't know whether it's going to default to here. But any excess power should go up into here. We can bring our power conduits here and then do that. Bring our power around here, like so. And we're done. We've got some RF power generation. It should be fairly consistent, and it shouldn't need any more input. So we can upgrade some of these with our upgrades later. We can do these wherever they are. These kits. So for that I'm going to need some more invar and some copper and stuff. Bronze. We can upgrade them, they'll be faster and they'll work better and give us better outputs, etc, etc. And then eventually we'll have the ability to do augments. And there are augments for this machine, I believe. Sapling infuser, no. So I'll go through this and I'll find out what it is. So I'm pretty sure there's a way of doing some extra bits in these. But there you go. Basic RF generation from some trees outside the base. That's going to let us have a little bit of RF power inside the base just from these couple of things. And as I said, I'll probably put some servos on. You know what? May not need them. I'll get these other machines made. I'll probably just make the 9 maybe and just hook them up like this. We'll get some dirt in amongst all this here and clean it up. And then we'll start working towards the next power thing, which means I need to go and do a bunch of mining. But I'll need to make a couple of things. I'll need to make a pulverizer and a redstone furnace. So 2 of the first basic machines, I'll make them up in between episodes probably. But for the moment, I'm going to wrap up here. We'll have to get back down and look into the village and see how they're doing at some point. I'd say they're probably... Look, there's the builder, he's just standing there doing nothing. But thank you all for watching. Please leave your comments in the normal area. And I hope you come back and join me next time. Hope you enjoyed the episode. See you later.